Okay, so today we continue with our class Laws of Yom Tov, and we start with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon. And today's topic is the infinite benefit of avoiding strife in financial matters through proper bitachon, trust in HaShem, can be understood with the following parable. Okay. A father distributed portions of food to his sons, who were gathered around the table. One son reached over and snatched his brother's portion. When the victim saw that his portion would not be returned, he went to the head of the table and told his father that what happened. I'm sure, father, he said, that you do not want me to fight with my brother. That is why I'm requesting another portion for myself. Upon hearing this, father kissed his son on the head and handed him a larger portion than before. The father said, let your foolish brother keep your original portion. The next time we eat together, you will receive double portion, while he will get nothing. So that's amazing parable, very famous. Right? I mean, it's very self-explanatory. But let's just repeat, right? So it says that family were sitting around the table, and one brother is usually, right, happens, older brother snatched the portion from younger brother. And instead of fighting, he went to father and said, look, I don't want to fight. Just if, of course, you don't want me to starve, so just give me food. And father was very happy that they did not fight. He's going to handle this older brother later on. But in the meantime, he's very happy that there was no fight. So meaning what? That he would need to feed his child anyway, right? But he could feed him without aggravation or with aggravation, like the whole family is going to fight. So it's very interesting and very straightforward that what HaShem wants from us. So if somebody did something to us, in financial field, right? So we just have to overlook, and guess what? HaShem is going to replenish. He has a lot. He has right, not a lot. Everything belongs to him. All of the portions. Now, what would the father's reaction would be had the victim's son yelled at his brother and attacked him physically until he succeeded in retrieving his portion? Surely the father would have been very upset. He would have told the victim, I would have gladly given you another portion rather than you and your brother come to blows with one another. What utter foolishness have you demonstrated? Right? So, but of course, it's understandable. So that's what father was. He does not want children to fight. And he said, why would he fight? Like what? Anyway, you would receive from me. Right? All of the portions, all of the food are coming from me. Anyway, so you would come from me. Ask nicely. I mean, just ask. And I'm going to give you. Right? No need to fight with your brother. When a Jew adversely affects another financial affairs and refuses to honor request that he seizes his wrongful practices, and the victim pleads before HaShem that he replenish his losses, surely he will find favor above for demonstrating trust in HaShem and pursuing the path of peace. And his trust will be rewarded yet with greater success in the business endeavors. Let's do this piece again, and we're going to add a few things. When a Jew adversely affects another's financial affairs and refuses to honor a request that he sees his wrongful practices, right? Meaning one Jew wronged another and he does not want to return, right? And the victim pleads before HaShem that he replenish his losses. So I mean, HaShem saw what happened. So in my mind, even if you don't ask HaShem, look, he already promised to give us whatever he promised on Rosh Hashanah. So why you so nervous, right? That he forgot? I mean, we forget, but he doesn't never forgets. So I mean, even if you don't ask them, he'll still replenish, right? Surely he will find favor above, right? For demonstrate and trust in HaShem. Pursue the path of peace. Of course, we're not don't engage in any financial dealings or business dealings with that person ever again. That's understandable, right? There is no mitzvah to be stupid, but otherwise, that's it. Just forget it. Just continue moving forward. And this trust will be rewarded with yet greater success in his business endeavors. Okay. However, if one chooses to feud with a person who has done him wrong, he will not find favor before HaShem, like the victimized sons in our parable, who upsets his father by taking matters in his own hands. Of course, the victim has every right to seek retribution in Jewish court of law, pursue other avenues which are sanctioned by halacha. Right? So, of course, if one Jew wronged another, the proper way is to go to court. But even if you don't, just remember, so HaShem is going to replenish, but fight with that person is not correct. Of course, as we spoke in the laws of Haloshon Hara, you would be allowed to warn other people, right, to stay away from this person, from this group, right? Allowed, even required in some cases, because you're trying to protect other people. Right? It's this speaking bad about that person is not going to consider Haloshon Hara. Okay. Any questions on what we said? Okay. So we continue. We continue with chapter number 24, Laws of Yom Tov, and we split this chapter in a few pieces because it's very long, a lot of different applications. Did it? Or only last time? No, only last time. No. Okay. So it's I was thinking about something else. Okay. So next section number 2 is practical application. So opening packages. Okay. So we said we gave many examples of problems in opening packages, and I was actually I actually apply one of the methods, believe it or not, this Shabbos. Right, we got some like gifts for Purim, right, and some of them we did not open like before. No, was it for Purim? No. Purim. Oh yeah. Why did he give it for Purim? Oh, somebody sent us before, like in advance, like by mail. So we want to open one package, and it was like a completely shut, like glue shut, like glued, like a good way, like from both ends. So what we did exactly as it says in the book, cut with a knife, like perimeter, destroy the package like throughout. And of course, we finished the cookies. There were not so many, but we did exactly as the book says. Okay. So, practical application. The prohibition listed above definitely pertains to packages of foods that retain their freshness if unsealed before Yom Tov. Some authorities hold that the packages of foods that would lose some flavor if unsealed before Yom Tov may be opened on Yom Tov. However, they agree that one may not tear through any words or pictures that are printed on the packages. Others authorities dispute this lenient view. It is therefore preferable that all containers and packages be opened before Yom Tov, and Shabbos as well, of course. Right? The following procedure should be followed in event container was inadvertently left unopened. So before we continue, let's do this introduction again, and we're going to explain. The prohibition listed above definitely applies to packages of food that retains some freshness if unsealed before Yom Tov. Right? So I mean, today they have Ziplocs, but some of them like vacuumed right inside, right? So if, of course, if you open, the air is going to go in and it's not going to be as fresh. You can always go remove from this package, like disposable package, and put some in glass container somewhere with a lid. So I mean, is it going to lose the freshness? I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but not so much. Okay. Some authorities hold that the packages of food that would lose some flavor if unsealed before Yom Tov may be opened on Yom Tov. So, of course, there is a lenient opinion. Not of course, but there is a lenient opinion, or just same as opinion if we forgot. Period. Right. Right. Or you wanted something for enjoyment of Shabbos or Yom Tov. Okay, so that's exception, but it's proper. Like this package that I said that we opened. It was I don't remember last time when we opened the package in Shabbos. That was not prepared. Maybe many years ago. I don't know. Okay. Okay. However, they agreed that one may not tear through the words or pictures. So that's why we always advise do with a very sharp knife, if you can handle the knife, right? Very sharp, or do with like a box cutter or something like. They call it like a utility knife, or do with scissors, because with scissors it's very precise. You're not going to damage the words or pictures. Okay. Others dispute this lenient view, and therefore preferable to open all containers packages before the Yom Tov. Okay, of course, in the case of now what we're going to learn in the cases of necessity of something spoiled. Right, of course, it's possible. It's possible that you, what did we buy? I don't remember. We bought one juice like last year or so, and we opened before Yom Tov, right? So I mean, one can is enough, right? One container is enough. It's like half a gallon, more than enough, right? And then when we started to drink, it was spoiled. It was we opened before the Shabbos, before Shabbos. Put it in a refrigerator. After open, like I don't know, 1 minute later. It's not like it was on the sun or something. Maybe in a store it was. I don't know how they store it, but it's very interesting. It's first time in a very long time, but it's spoiled. So basically, we did not have anything. So to drink, because we opened one container. So technically, it would be good reason to open another one, but we refrained and it did not open. Okay, but right. So proper to open before, but sometimes there are different cases. Something fell and broke. Right. Okay. So it's not like you planned it. Okay. So we go to practical application A, cardboard cartons. According to some poskim, opening a spout in the milk or orange juice carton violates the prohibition korea, tearing, right? And fashioning and opening, Pesach, right? It is permissible, however, to puncture the bottom of the container. It's not very practical. It's not practical at all. Rendering it unfit and for further use. Once the carton is ruined, one may tear open the top and pour out the container from the container. So it's actually in the olden days, maybe in some places still like that. Now that they have a new technology, they would have like a seal with a ring. Right, and it would be closed with a cup. That's more modern technology, maybe for the last 10 years, maybe more. I don't know. But it was not always like that. So in like 15 years, 20 years, more than that, it was like this rectangular container, right? And you open like with milk, with juice, doesn't matter. Like you would open, and you would like fashion a spout. And then you pour it within spout. Milk for sure, for many years, 20, 40 years, we had these containers, right? Right, two problems, two big problems. One you tear, for sure, because there's a liquid inside, so it's actually glued very well. For sure, tearing is a problem. and then you fashion an opening, right? I see as Pesach. So opening and the spout, right? That's two issues. And same when you have like more modern container and there's a ring with a seal, and you like you pull you pull out this the seal. Of course, you fashion the opening, so there is a problem. So what he's saying, so take a container and puncture the bottom. So like the bottom, to puncture the bottom, first of all, we have to hold it upside down. Second of all, the bottom is very thick, the way I understand, like it's 3 times thicker than the walls. So I would say if you want to punch it, do like close to the bottom, like on a side, right? So meaning what, that you like, and if you already punctures, he said open from the top. I say it's not practical unless you put. I say it's not practical. I say just make a bigger hole, right, on the bottom, right, and pour from this container of milk, juice, whatever you do, into another container, right, and throw this throw to the garbage. So I mean, it's not like it's a very messy procedure, I think, right? So you're going to spill for sure, but if you need to, it can be done. Again, so our goal is not to tear something that was glued, right? Because there's tearing, Korea, and not to fashion opening, right? Not to fashion opening. So, but if you make a hole, there is it's not that. Okay, so you like it's not like in a right. So you make a hole, pour out, and that's it. Continue. But B, bottle caps. Bottle caps which are lift off of screw without breaking may be removed on Yom Tov. Those which break when unscrewing may not be opened, as a violation of prohibition makeh bepatish, completing the formation of utensils. We're going to explain. One who needs to open such a container should puncture the cap, thus render it unfit for further use. One must be careful, however, to avoid cutting any printed words. The puncture cap may be then unscrewed, since it is no longer fit to use as a use, and can therefore no longer become a complete utensil. So this one, with the cap, I think it's the most popular one. The issue, like in all of the juices. So if there is no ring, do I know anything without ring? I'm not sure if I'm aware of anything without ring. Like, I don't know, maybe, but you see, they do this the same for a security, right? And like it's like a seal that this bottle was never opened. So if they do without ring, so technically anybody can unscrew, and you would not even know, and then screw back. So unless, one second, I'm thinking. I think in a Jewish wines, kedem. I'm just thinking out loud. They have a cup. It's not sealed, but on top they have a plastic. So, and this plastic, so you have to like remove the plastic, and under the plastic, the cup is. I don't think there is a ring. It's a metal cup basically. Okay. So, but if there is a cup like that, there is no problem whatsoever. But it's a Jewish wine, right? It's very inexpensive, and very tasty. Okay. So okay. So, but if there is no ring, right, that attached to the cup, you're not making new utensil. What is a new utensil? The cup. There is reusable. You can put it back. Okay. Okay. So and when you unscrew, you're going to violate maki bepatish, meaning completing functioning a utensil. Meaning what cup? So we always have just in case things happen, right? We have extra. We don't throw cups. So we have two of each kind, just in case, in a kitchen drawer, just in case, right? It was one time that the bottle like fell and everything spilled out. Like, what can you do, right? Oh no! It fell on the cup and the cup cracked completely. So we had the extra cup. Okay, so but technically you can punch as he said, take a knife, like a strong knife, like thick knife, right, and puncture the cup from the top, and then you can open and unscrew because it's no longer utensil you're going to throw out, and for just in case have these extra cups, okay, from previous days. Okay, no problem. Of course, you have to be careful not to cut the words. Sometimes there is an expiration date on top, or what else? I was talking about wine, it's not metal cup, it's a plastic cup. I'm just thinking, yeah, it's a plastic cup, and there are writings, but there is no problem with writing because there is no ring. So that's the thing. Okay. So, but if there is a writing on top, I think like a Coca-Cola, I don't know, like Pepsi Cola, I think they have a lot of writing. On some other sodas, it's, I mean, if you have something all right to puncture the cup, it would be fine. But because it's like like a thick needle or something, right? So you have room to do that. But with a knife, you can damage the words. Okay. Any questions before we continue? Because I think that's the most common one. Yes, go ahead.
Now, one of our friends is just asking that if Gaudra remembers the name of the Jewish wine without the seal.
Yeah, it was Kedem. It's Kedem. Kedem is the best wine. Best grape juice. Yeah, after we always buy this one, this Kedem juice, and after this you buy the best juices from Israel even, right? They nothing even close, not even close to this Kedem, and all of the wines that we don't buy the expensive wines, that we buy only Kedem, and sometimes people would give us as a gift. The guest would bring us and it costs 7 times more than this Kedem. It's not even close. And the beauty of this Kedem that they also produce, they have smaller bottles, like 0.75, right, of liter. They have a cooked, but if you have bigger one, 1.5 liters, it's actually uncooked. Glass bottles uncooked. Right, so it's uncooked wine is the best. Okay, so of course we have to be careful. So I'm not sure my Shabbos would not touch it and not even see it. So we always cover with. My wife has a beautiful way of covering, with a scarf, right? Not the see-through scarf. So it is in a bottle. It's not a bottle. It's like a I don't know what is it called, the container for wine. I forgot what was the name, right? And since it is glass, it must be covered. So if non-Jew would, I mean, we don't have non-Jews coming, but if some not Shomer Shabbos Jews, yes, sometimes they come. So we have to keep it close, but it's a very taste totally different, very good, and very inexpensive, as I said. Okay. So, any other questions before I continue on these cups? Okay. So, as I said, Sephardim, I think based on the Rav Ovadia, they say there is no problem. Okay, no problem. Continue. Next one, C, cardboard boxes. Open and sealed boxes may violate the prohibition Korea, cheating, and Asiyas, Pesach, right? Of fashioning and opening. One is permitted, however, to tear or cut box in a manner which damages the package, and which does not tear any printed words or pictures. So, as I said, I don't know, maybe because of our class, maybe, as I said, last time we did it, I don't know when. Right? But that's why I took this utility knife. I cut like this, and like this, like U shape. We open content and throw the box. That's it. For sure, it is not usable. Nobody is going to use it for storage, because for example, if you have like this morning cereal box, right? If you open normally, so of course everybody would use it for storage. It's very convenient, right? So yeah. So for example, you want this cereal, so you cut on a perimeter. That's it, destroy it completely. So you would it's not work as a storage box. That's it. Right. Again, two issues with tearing if you open the normal way, and fashioning and opening. So that's why we have to destroy. Next one, D, box drinks. It is permitted to push a straw through the small piece of foil on the top of the drink. So this, because it's not like you fashion and open it. The opening is there, right? And it's it's ready to be punctured. So it's the way it was designed to begin with. So there is no problem. I mean, usually kids drink box drinks. Okay. Next one is bags. According to some poskim, it is forbidden to unseal or unglue the paper or plastic bag. Right? This applies, for example, a snack, for example, potato chips bags, okay, as we understand, which is heat sealed, as well to the sugar bags, okay, which is generally glued shut. Okay, I mean, but it's the same as all others. Okay, when the removal of the enclosed item is Yom Tov necessity, it is permitted to tear open bag in destructive fashion. For example, tearing lengthwise. So like nobody usually would do that, without tearing any words, symbols, or pictures. So we can quickly see. However, so let's finish and then we return. However, some poskim rule that when a bag can be opened easily, one is permitted to open in a normal manner. Some poskim. The reason is that since package can be opened easily, the bonding that holds the two sides together is too weak to be considered proper seal, and cannot be subject to the prohibition of tearing. Nevertheless, it is best to act accordance with a stringent view. Okay, so we're going to over all of these opinions. So bags. So I think these chips or cookies sealed in a bag, I think it's the most the most common. Okay. So again, according to some poskim, it's not allowed. So again, what we do is back. If did not open before, just take the scissors and cut the top, pour take out all the contents, the chips or whatever cookies, and throw out the bag. So you did not use it as a container. That's it. That's the easiest way to do that. And just again, use the scissors. Be careful not to cut, to look from one side. On another side, so it would be not no writings, and that's it. Okay, in this case, you're not obligated to cut lengthwise on this wise. One cut is enough, right? So why? Because it was glued shut, right? Glued shut, and it's like tearing, of course, the issue. Okay, so they say open in a destructive fashion, lengthwise. Okay, I mean, again, I would say it's dangerous lengthwise, because you're going to cut these letters. So I mean, no tearing basically. Do scissors. Okay, and some poskim say that if it's easy to open, I'm not sure if I ever saw easy to open. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. So if it's easy to open, so they say it's not considered to be good bindings, right? So good bond, so you can actually undo it. But again, as he says, it's best to do according to the stringent view, and just consider all of this as a binding, like a good sealed, and just cut the back itself. Okay. So next one is metal cans. Also, right, very practical. Metal cans, for example, tuna, tomato juice. But you see, like with metal cans, if you ran out of the food, yes. But usually, like it's not about the freshness. So like it's been staying in this can for even a few years now. I mean, it's good. They put so many preservatives in there, so there is no problem. So if you open before, like Shabbos, before Yom Tov, leave it in a can, no problem whatsoever. Okay, so metal can, but if you need to open, right, metal cans, for example, tuna, tomato juice, canned fruits, should be opened only in the following manner. So properly do it before, but if needed, okay. A, can should be opened only halfway, so the top don't do completely, halfway, right? So meaning that you show that you don't want to create the opening, so you force because you need the content on one hand, but you don't want to make complete opening. And B, the content should be removed immediately and container discarded. So in with your action, you're showing that you don't care about container, right? You don't care about the opening. The only, like, if half, usually half is enough. Unless I'm just thinking out loud. Sometimes, sometimes we used to buy this pineapples, right? Canned pineapples, like not there's some with beets, like small pieces, and one like with the whole circles, right? So that would be the problem. I'm not sure if you can remove them if you open only half. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. Maybe you can remove. Okay, but other food there is no problem if you like open half. Half a container, remove the food, and throw out the can. Show that you do not care about the can. It was only about the food. Next one. Any questions on what we said before we continue? Only on what we said, because there are a few other examples, different categories. Okay, so then we continue. So plastic carton. According to some scheme, it is permitted to tear off the plastic ring that binds cup in a plastic container, for example, milk container. However, other poskim prohibit this. Is therefore preferable to open plastic milk containers before Yom Tov. If one forgot to do this, one can generally avoid having to break a ring by simply inserting fork under the ring and lift the plastic cup while intact. So we're talking about it's not only milk. I would say the water gallons. So you have a cup, tiny cup, and below the cup you have this ring. So how you open up, you remove this ring. Like, I mean, you tear it. It's no longer ring. It's like you remove this plastic thing, and then you leave the cup. Right. So, but as he said, I think this is it's like since it's my understanding, right? Since it's very thin plastic compared to the soda cups, for sure. So you can take a fork or a knife and carefully like remove this ring together with the cup. There is no problem. Okay. Okay. So I mean, according to some poskim, they say there is no problem. But it is permitted to tear off the plastic ring. Okay, I would not do so. Okay, they say it's proper to follow the stringent view. Just do it together. And as I said, it's not as dangerous as a person would try to open, remove the shrink with the cup from the soda bottle. Right. First of all, it's pressure there, and then here there's no pressure. Okay. And plus it's very pliable because it's very thin. Okay. Continue. Peel off seals. Seals that are peeled off on top of the container, it's common with small container of fruit juice, may be removed in normal manner of Yom Tov. So sometimes you have any container and you have this plastic that is glued on around perimeter. So you can remove this. There is no problem. Okay. It's a seal. They call it a seal. Okay, there is no problem. On a cream cheese, on other things that's on the salads. Okay. So it's usually I'm just thinking, right? It's usually they have this for things that they would keep in the refrigerator, in the refrigerator section of the supermarket. Right? I'm just thinking, or you have hummus, right? Hummus, yeah, good example. You have hummus, and you have this seal, peel-off seal. No problem. It is no problem, but I don't remember where, but I saw opinion that there is a problem. Don't remember, but what I would do. So we usually open before, but sometimes everybody forgets. So I'll take a knife and I just cut around. So this the thing that is still attached to container, let it be attached. So just cut around, or not even sometimes even if you cut halfway, that's also enough. Okay. But according to this author, there is no problem, so it's not necessary to do what I do. Okay. I don't even remember where I saw it. Okay, so next one is the wrappers. Any sealed paper or plastic food wrapper whose content are needed for Yom Tov may be removed in a manner whereby it is ruined. And without turning the words or the symbols. This applies, for example, candy bar wrapper and small packets of sugar or coffee. So with this candy bar, again, since they glue shut, so I would say take the scissors, and same with if you have these packets of sugar, that's a big problem. In some shoes, they put those. And technically, there is no problem to open, and if you're not going to tear through the words. Maybe there are some brands that don't have much writing, but some brands especially if it's all the sweeteners, not sugar but sweeteners, they have a lot of writing. So to open that, I mean, it's possible, but you have to pay attention what you're doing and be very, very good with your hands. So it's possible, right? Say with a candy bar, you want a candy bar, you just cut, throw out the wrapper, and that's it. Next one, J. Ices. One should not cut open the top of the freeze-top ices on Yom Tov, since the ices are meant to be eaten by being gradually pushed up through the top of the plastic tube. Cutting off the top of the tube makes into a fashionable container. These ices should be opened before Yom Tov and should be cut open lengthwise on Yom Tov and ice removed. So these ices, I mean, I never ate those, but I saw it. Some other people eat. So I think it's from frozen juice or something, right? So they push from the bottom in these plastic containers. So if you cut from top, so you open the plastic container, of course it's a problem because it's you fashion container. So you have to do lengthwise, and that's it. You destroy, you throw the plastic, and you eat this ice as a regular ice cream. That's it. Okay. Next one, paper napkins, towel, and tissues. And that's, as we said, also could be a problem, especially people who have nothing to do, like, and they start playing with a napkin, right? And we used to buy, like, long time ago, like you go to the store and you want to buy something good for Shabbos, right? for Yom Tov, and in the store where we go, it's called Paperific, very interesting, Jewish store, right? And they sell like beautiful, like these napkins, like the disposable, like state of art. It's unbelievable, so nice. So that they make everything looks very good, but then, like, after sometimes I saw, like, that's a problem. So we have to stop doing that. I mean, you're not allowed to buy. I mean, on a regular days there is no problem. On Yom Tov, for sure you're going to cheer, right? And there is like pictures, for sure, the beautiful pictures, and sometimes it's working. That's for sure it is a problem. Especially kids, they would cheer them up for sure. So. Even though you want to buy like better like napkins, for paper napkins for Shabbos or Yom Tov, just buy like one like solid colors and no pictures and no writings. So okay, so unless you have all grown ups and nobody's going to tear, but okay. It's possible, but possible. Okay. Paper, napkins, towels, and tissues. It is permitted to tear open the destructive fashion a package of tissues, a paper napkins or paper towels needed for Yom Tov. So we're talking about like these plastic packages, right? Where you have these napkins, because it's for sure it is Yom Tov necessities. So usually they glue shut like the envelope, right? All these angles, right? So don't open with its glue, but cut with the scissors. Okay. Towels. Okay, so paper napkins we understand. Tissues, like facial tissues, we understand. Right? When they say towels, the way I understand is a towels that not paper towels, like when they like in a roll, not like a towels like when they all separate. It's also permitted to use paper towels, napkin, and tissues, even though they may one may tear through use. Okay, I mean, of course, you might tear, but if there are wording or pictures, there is a problem. Okay, but if you like was wiping something with a paper towel and it tore, there is no problem. Okay. However, it is forbidden to tear towels from the roll. That okay, as we said. This violates the prohibition Korea tearing. If one tears along the perforations, he also transgressed the prohibition or mechateif, right? Cutting to specifications. So just to remind us, in a Mishkan, they would cut to specification the skins, right? The skins of animals, because I mean, of course, all the animals different size, and you want to have all of the skins exactly the same size, precise. So that's a measurement, right? So that's why we're not allowed to do that. Okay. On perforation, box tissues that pop up are often fastened to one another. This type of tissue may not be pulled from the box on Yom Tov. We're going to explain. Okay, so again, from the roll we don't cut. So what we do, like we just pre-cut before the Yom Tov, like whatever 20 pieces, whatever how many pieces you need, just in case something spills from time to time. So you be ready. But that's it. From roll we never cut. Right, for if one's got perforation, it's a problem, kind of to specification. And now he's talking about box tissues. So the box tissues, I'm not sure. I mean, it's when one pulls up another. That's the problem, because somehow they are attached. So that's how one pulls another. right? That would be forbidden, but there is different like Jewish style. They're not attached. One second, I'm going to show. So we buy only those. You see, they're not attached. That's totally separate. But from the box, when one pulls another, sometimes they are attached. That's what he's talking about. Okay, so next one is a bandages. It is permitted to tear open or destructive fashion the wrapper of the bandage without telling any words. I mean, like if a person needs to get bandage, that's what you do. Any words? If one needs to use bandage on Yom Tov, of course. However, some brands of the adhesive bandages can be removed from their wrapper without tearing anything at all by unfolding the folded ends of the wrapper and sliding the bandages out. I'm not sure. I mean, okay. This wrapper should not be normally torn unnecessary. I'm not sure what brand is it. I'm not sure. So we buy the regular ones, and it's easy to open basically. Okay, but you can always cut, destroy this wrapping of the bandage and throw out. But this kind that is banded on the sides on ends. I'm not sure. I have not seen those. Okay. There is a difference of the opinion as to whether one may peel off the plastic tabs of the new Band-Aid on Yom Tov. This is discussed in chapter 23. So, I mean, we covered that. So we said Moshe Feinstein, that's all. He said there is no problem, so we follow his opinion. There is no problem. I mean, we're not trying to make our lives any harder. So we just follow the opinion. If it's allowed and it's not a big deal, so right, so we do that. Okay. Any questions on what we said? We finished the chapter.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, please.
So the board says, is there an issue with tightly wrapped paper packages, like for butter?
No, there is no issue. That's a very good question, because there's no glue in there. Yes, it is a tight, and sometimes it's you have to pull, but it's only because it's got the paper got stuck to the bottom. That's it. Yeah, that's a very good question. What else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question, how should we open soda cans?
Okay. Soda cans. That's the problem. I mean, so like you cannot open from the top. You creating the opening, right? Fashion, and you cut through the specification up to specification, right? Like this perforation, right? So it's a lot of problems. So I would say leave it for Motzei Shabbos, or you can puncture on a side and pour it to your cup and throw the can. Okay, but don't try to like. Plus, you have to understand there's a gas inside, so you have to be careful. Okay, but it is a problem, yes.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So, I think there's no more questions on the board.
Okay, so we could go to any questions if you want. So yeah, I mean, it's we finished the chapter, and then comes a totally new topic.
Thank you, Rabbi. So, while friends are typing their questions, I have some questions of my own.
Okay.
Meanwhile, so I was wondering, about reincarnation. So of course Hashem puts a person in a new incarnation in order, in the most ideal, say, environment to fulfill what he has to fulfill, correct what he has to correct in this world. But what would be the factors that would make Hashem put a person in certain place of the world over any others? Is this something that had to do with something the person did in a past life in that specific place, or perhaps it has more to do with the environment, which ends up being more ideal for the person correction? What would be the explanation here?
I think as you said, the second one, because Hashem is taking into consideration all the minute details. And one example before I go to your question, one example. So a person would come to, after a person dies, and he comes to the Beis Din in Shemaim, and they tell him, look, you did not fulfill the laws of tzedakah. But he said, look, I was poor all my life, right? I could not. I hardly were surviving. And they say, okay, but I would, all my life I dream to donate a lot of money to poor people, to support issues. And say, okay, no problem. We take into consideration. And next time he's going to get reincarnated in a rich family. So meaning whatever he does, he's going to stay rich. Why? In order to fulfill his test, or go through his test, to give tzedakah. Understand? Or opposite. He was very rich in a previous incarnation. So now Hashem said, I'm going to put you in very poor family, right? So when you reach, even rich people still, but he was honest because he had a lot of money. Now, but still, if you have a lot of money, there is no pressure, so there is no problem. So you can be honest. But when there is a pressure, when there's a poverty, and you cannot find job, this and that, so yeah, and it's the best test, right? Are you truly honest or not? You understand? Are you believer in Hashem, or are you believer in your talents? So understand. So now Hashem is going to put him in some strenuous situation, and sometimes he has a job, or he worked, and especially in smaller businesses, right? Sometimes they pay. People tell me from different countries. Sometimes they pay. Sometimes they say, the guy came and said, and after a few months, and who are you again? He said, what do you mean? I was working for 2 months. I don't remember. Do you have any papers? Did we sign any papers? No, but you said that it's like a trial period. And, oh, I apologize. You probably mistaken. That's it. That's some people do in some countries, right? So for sure, then how are you going to withstand this test? So going back, right, to the different parts of the world, yes, that's part of the test. Why is that? Because if you been born in a Bnei Brak or a Borough Park, there is no problem. There is no challenges, right? But to be religious and to be observant. But on every Friday night, we bless our sons with not to be like Yaakov Avinu or Yitzchak Avinu. No, we bless our sons to be like Ephraim and Menashe. So why Ephraim and Menashe? Because Ephraim and Menashe were born in Egypt, in the lowest of the places, idol worshiper, full of promiscuity, right? The lowest of the lowest. And they, despite of all of this, they were decent human beings. They're the best Jews. Understand? So that's the test. Why Hashem put them, these nice Jewish souls, into this environment? It was their test, and they passed their test. Understand? So if a person would Yaakov, not Yaakov, yeah, he was born to their parents, and he until the older age he lived with the parents. What could be better? How can it, of course he can be Esav, but technically he lived all of these years surrounded by holiness, right? But with Ephraim and Menashe, the father was at work to run the whole country and basically almost the whole world, because Pharaoh was in charge. right? He was busy. You understand? He was very busy, right? And they saw all of these things what going on in the society, and they still stay Ephraim and Menashe. That's why I bless them. So that's the test. So reward follows the test. The harder is the test, the bigger is reward. It's obvious. Right? Two people who pass the test, somebody born in Bnei Brak, somebody born in I don't know where, right? They both pass the test, but you cannot compare the reward. Cannot, right? The bottom line is the same, but effort that went into it and work on their character is it's nothing to compare with. Too. Okay.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So on this issue of reincarnation, that I have seen sometimes, I wouldn't say sometimes, like many times when Hashem punishes a person, the measure for measure factor here gets very ironic many times. So I was thinking, could it be possible, like for example, just as a particular case, not as a general rule.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the guy was Jew in a past life. He was born a Jew, but he rejected Judaism, and then he married a Goya, for example, from Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
So he went and moved to Vietnam to live with this person, and he died there.
Mm-hmm.
So could it be possible that in the next incarnation, Hashem is going to make him be born in that very same country
Mm-hmm.
as a non-Jew, where he has little to none options to convert, and then achieve conversion from that very same place where he decided to live against Judaism?
Of course, yeah, it's very possible. So like all of this and at incarnation, we have to remember it's not a punishment; it's a second chance. So first, that we must remember. Second thing that we must remember. So Hashem did not send us to fail. It's not like he's a cruel and he's watching he failed. Yes, that's why you failed, because I put it in a test that you could have passed, could not have passed. He's not like that. He's a merciful Father. So if he put us in some situation, he knows for sure, 100%. He has no doubt in his mind that we can overcome the test, and it's up to us. Right, and even if from your example that you gave, person is born in Vietnam, okay, but there's the internet in Vietnam as well, so he sees I'm a little different, and some people that I work with and trying to help the Noahites, for example, and the person says he has 7 channels on different platforms that he's looking for Noahites in his country. It's not a big country, and he said that so far nobody reached out to him. You understand? So it's like the single person, one person in the whole country. Of course, maybe there are others, but he said I have this channel for 5-6 years now. Younger fellow, right? 5-6 years, and I upload some things, but nobody reacted. So and people who reacted, they're actually from different countries. So you understand? So that's the challenge. But he's not Jew. He's not obligated to convert. He's going to stay Noahide. That's his choice. That's not a problem, right? But if Hashem put somebody in somebody's Jewish neshama, or for example, he from example that you gave, this person put here in a test, hard test, and now he would have an urge to convert. Again, he has a free choice. But Hashem would never going to leave him without information. He would send him messengers after messengers after messengers after messengers. You understand? So to try to help him, right? To give him information. Whether he's going to follow this information, it's his own choice. But nobody is going to come to the court of heaven after 120 years and they say, I do not know. Hashem is going to list us a million, all of these hints and opportunities for us to find out about him. Right? For example, sometimes when somebody is playing on my nerves, and I said, look, after 120 years, I'm not telling you how I talk to people. When you're going to come to the court, they tell, I send you the angel. Who was the angel? I was that angel. So you would not have any any excuses. I'm telling you now. You don't want to listen to me. It's your business. But I would sometimes push people, and I said, that's it. This angel, it's me. HaShem, he's not going to talk because you're low life. But through me, he's going to talk to you. That's it. I'm not. He's not talking to me personally, but I mean, he's talking to me personally through the Torah. He does not need to repeat anything. Like he said one time, and it's enough. We're smart people. We have to understand it's enough. So I'm telling you what it says. Like you heard me. You decided to ignore. It's your own business, but it's not you. You're not going to have any excuse. And some people got scared, Baruch Hashem, and they start listening and. Baruch Hashem, but some people stay because of the wickedness, because of the filth that they dirty their neshama, which they stay exactly the same. You understand? But what I'm trying to say, it's not about me. That Hashem sent us multiple opportunity to anybody, like everybody, absolutely everybody. Right? But the more person sins, the more the filth and the tuma and this impurity he has on his neshama, and it's harder to comprehend what's going on. So, but it's his fault, right? The messages were there. It's like like this example of a radio. So there is a radio show, let's say, a radio show. Just because I have a radio. I don't know when last time I was listening to the radio. I have a radio in the car. I never listened to it. Maybe twice in the past 10 years. I don't know, right? But I do have radio, and the like shows like I'm sure like some channels non-stop. So just because I don't listen to the radio does not mean that the people not working, not making money. There is like a commercial. There is a weather forecast, business forecast. I don't know, whatever forecast. It's still there. You understand? So, but sometimes you have to, you have to turn on, you have to listen, right? Okay, that's the answer. So Hashem gave us all of the opportunity. He did not send us here to fail. That's statement number one, right? And sometimes it's harder, sometimes it's easier, but the harder the test, the bigger the reward, for sure. Okay, what else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
I have another question about this. So consider the harder the test, the bigger the reward. So could it be that when a person is accumulating or building up sins and transgressions that he's going to have to pay for in the future, is he also signing up for a bigger reward long term? I mean, he's going to have to go further from Hashem, and it's going to be tougher for him to come back to him. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, he's signing up for a bigger reward through his sins. So is this?
In order to get rid of these sins, to cleanse, person must do much more work. Of course, so in some sense, for all of the work that person does, there is a bigger reward, right? For example, I know somebody is doing drugs. So, and for him, that's first example that pop up in my head, right? So for them to stop doing drugs, he has to do a lot and fight with himself, suffer, and sometimes they have breaks, lapses and stuff like that. Like for him, it's a huge work. For me, and he would not do drugs, let's say, and I'm not going to do drugs. Right, but for me, is it reward? I don't know. For me, it's the whole the idea is disgusting. You understand? So he did not do drugs, and I did not do drugs. So, but reward you cannot compare because he had the huge resistance. I have zero resistance. I have disgust from that. You understand? So the bigger is the challenge, the bigger is reward. Of course, we don't put ourselves in. It's forbidden to put ourselves in a situation of challenges. But if you already because of the circumstances, because previous life, the place you were born, society, this and that. Of course, Hashem gave us. He put us in this. Situation, but He gave us strength to overcome these these obstacles. And you can always see like in society. So the people, the kids, for the people are from the poor country, right? From a poor country, they're very tough. Like Israelis, like kids, adults, very tough compared to Americans, for example, right? Because for them, like from the day one, it's like life was surviving. They must be tough, right? So Hashem, like they put in them this this character trait. Understand? From people from poor country, when kids have to work like from 9 years old, 8 years old, they're already working. Well, the whole family working. But here in the States, if you decided to go 25 years old, he decided to take a few first job, like the parents are very happy. I mean, in average, some kids, of course, they go start earlier, but many are very lazy, right? So compare to 25 or like 23, and you compare 9. I think it's a big difference. Okay. So meaning Hashem gave all of the tools necessary for us to overcome the test. That's my main point, basically.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So let me get to questions on the board. Shalom, kavod. I wonder if we need a kosher stamp on chili powder for year-round use. What about other spices powder?
For chili powder, I would use a stamp, but we can check. You see, I'm not sure. We can check. We must check with if you want to go without stamp, we need to check with kashrus agency and see what possible like issues it could be. I don't think they would use, but I'm not sure if they're going to use some preservatives, like for freshness. Maybe yes, maybe no. Right, and they're not obligated to list them, right? If it's like less than 3% or whatever is it, they're not obligated to list them. Understand? And if it's from different countries, I don't know what's the regulation. Maybe 5%, right? That they're not obligated to list on the back. So that's for us. It's sure a problem. For other herbs, for example, also like still, I mean, we don't know what preservatives they use. That's the thing. Maybe for dried herbs, there is not a problem. They usually dry them in ovens or something. But again, this oven's also a problem because Lerner case, right? It was Shayla sent to Rabbi Belsky Zatzal, right? About like tomatoes, like a canned tomato. So it's used to be very, very simple, and many people would buy the canned tomatoes without hashkafa, because why? Because hechsher, without hechsher, right? Without supervision, but because it was only tomatoes, right? They were cooked with the salt, and that's it. And maybe some like they on this factory they were processing vegetables, and that's it, right? But sometimes later, so when the company became global, so and they don't want to do only like run a seasonal run, right? So they work like all year round. They would import tomato from, for example, where I live now. There are a lot of produce coming from Peru, from Chile, because I think it's summer there. So we get berries, we have tomatoes, cucumbers, other like vegetables we get from there. Understand? It's I mean, of course, it's more expensive, but since we have winter, like according to winter prices, okay, it's it's expensive. But for example, blueberry is like summer prices, even cheaper than in summer. Blueberry from Chile, okay, for whatever reason, right? So one second, why I'm saying that? So meaning what? Apologize. I lost my thought. Sorry. What was the question? I apologize. What was the question?
The kosher stamp.
Oh, okay, yeah, kosher stamp. Yeah. So basically, we do not know if they what they use for preservatives, right? And they can use in okay. So in these tomatoes, thank you very much. In these tomatoes, so they became global, and they do meat there. I mean, what is the difference? They do can vegetables. When they don't have vegetables, they would do they do meat runs. That's it. Very simple. Exactly same equipment. Of course, you can kosher equipment and if they have proper supervision. But after some times, maybe I don't know when they changed. Maybe 20 years ago, Rabbi Belsky, he passed. More than 10 years ago, he passed. Okay, so he was head of OU, Torah Badas, like he was a big posek, right? So he said, we stop. You understand? So even though in this can it would be only tomato, so if you look on the back of the can, it's tomato, salt, and peppers or whatever. That's it, like water. That's it, or some citric acid, like from preservatives, but that's it. So, but because of the equipment was used for something else as well, so that's an issue. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
I believe that there's reward and punishment as said in the 13 principles of faith. And BeEzrat Hashem will learn more about the punishment in Kavod and Harav Yaron Shlitas Shiurim. However, even I understand reward as a real concept. I don't know much about or connect much with it. Could Kavod teach us a bit about reward?
Okay. So it's first of all, it's a very good question. So let me just reset the counter. So about reward and punishment. Punishment everybody got, so we'll speak a lot about it. So reward. So reward, and Torah does not speak a lot about reward. All of the details, what's going on in Gehinnom, right? And not too much what's going on in Gan Eden. Right? Just few sentences, Gemara, that there's a righteous people, they sit around HaShem, they understand HaShem is in a circle, in the middle of the circle, whatever it means, because it's spiritual, and they can point and at him and said, this is HaShem. Okay. And they have special canopies in the upper world, whatever it means. There are levels closer to the Shina, further from Shina. That's basically what like only few things that we know about Gan Eden. Women separately, men separately. But there is a visitation hours when righteous women women can visit their husbands. It's very interesting, right? And in Torah it says only the reward only for few things in written Torah, right? For honoring your parent, right? It says, and if you honor your parent, you're going to get a long life. Okay, it's I mean everybody, that's logical. Everybody understand, because if like how much you have to endure, like how much you have to invest your life into taking care of the parent when they're elderly, right? And sometimes they're sick. You have to spend a lot, your time, your energy, everything. And a person sometimes will think, look, it's best years of my life, right? And I'm wasting sitting next to my mother, next to father. I feed them, I change them, I this, that, too much, right? But HaShem said, you know what? I'm going to give you long life. Well, what does it mean, long life? Not in years. Some people they vegetable from become vegetable from year after they 63 and stay vegetable for the next 30 years, veggie state. Is it life? It's not life, right? And unfortunately, I have several relatives like that. One of passed away. He had in a coma, was in a coma for many years. and another was begging to start doing so, but he was like always giggling at me, like he's a big computer programmer for he was computer programmer from 70s, yeah, like from 70s when they just invented computer, so like top guy for many years, and he did not want to hear about the Torah, making fun of this. And now he's have Alzheimer. He's not so old, maybe in 70s, like early 70s or so. So now that's it. It's too late. You understand? So that's the thing. Okay, so 1 second. Going a little back. I'm not sure why I'm doing this. Could you remind me the question? I apologize. I have too much in my mind.
Yes. So.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's about a reward.
Oh, yeah. Reward. Okay, so meaning what? So meaning, thank you very much. I apologize. So a person might think that I'm going to lose, like taking care of. So for example, this guy has kids. He's my uncle actually, right? And the kids would say like I have to take care of him because he's healthy. I mean, physically he's healthy, but mentally he's not. So and Torah says, you know what? I'm going to like this quality of life. So he's in 70. I mean, with this. Alzheimer, he can live till, I don't know, another 20 years. So is it life? It's not life. It's not life. So HaShem said, you're taking care of your parents, I'm going to give you good reward. Good, like quality life, quality years old. Not just number of years, but the quality. And second time it says about reward, when it says there is one of 630 mitzvahs, that you have to, when you want to take eggs, right, from the bird. So you climb the tree or whatever the place where the eggs are. You shoot the mother bird away. You take eggs, and that's it. And there is a mitzvah. And for this mitzvah, it's easy mitzvah, right? As we understand. So you're going to get long life. So our sages Rashi on this page said, look, does not make sense. Like you get long life. Working invested so much to take in over your parents, and you get in long life for this such a easy mitzvah. For that you some people taking care of their parents for 25 years, and here you do exactly 2.5 minutes, and you get in the same reward. And they say exactly. There is no problem. That's exactly what HaShem meant. You see, with negative mitzvahs, we know exactly what the punishment is, right? If it's a negative mitzvah done with action, without action, right? For this is chorus, for example, there is a list of chorus. For this is for this death penalty from the heavens of heaven, from this death penalty from the earthly court, this and that. So basically, we know like a lot about punishment, like what punishment correspond to each transgression, but about and it makes sense. It makes sense. Well, once you learn the logic, all of this makes sense. Of course, divine sense, but it makes sense. But here, it does not make any sense. You work 2.5 minutes, this reward, and you work 25 years, the same reward. How is it possible? So that's exactly the point Rashi explained to us, that HaShem did not want us to know what reward is going to be, right? Because if person know, okay, for this is a huge reward, I'm going to do this, and the rest of the mitzvahs are not going to, it's easy mitzvah, right? So it says don't trample on the mitzvahs. So right, why? Because you have, since we do not know except these two, what other rewards, so we must do everything, right? Otherwise, people would pick and choose. And that's the main point. And the main part of the mitzvah, there are two parts of the mitzvahs. Actually, the source is Miftach Eliyahu, Rabbi Dessler's, that's all. So first part of the mitzvah is mechanical, like technical, like whatever we learn in Shulchan Aruch, in this book, it's technical. But second part is our kavanah. It's like our intention. And even though the person would do the technical part, it's very good, right? But and he or she is going to get rewarded. But this mitzvah is almost that without like spiritual part. because when person does combine two of them, the spiritual part of the mitzvah, like come on, why are you doing this, and plus mechanical part, like technicality of the mitzvah, so it's actually cleanses his soul, your soul, and builds a different person. So and the person will say, like, what is the connection? I lit the Shabbos candle, it make me better human being. Absolutely, absolutely. You talk to somebody, as we learn, we did not get, but just a little preview. We're going to say in the last chapter, chapter before last, in the laws of tzedakah, for the same tzedakah, there is a 7 different levels. You give exactly the same $10, $5, $3, but you get rewarded the 7 different levels. One has nothing to do with another. Like the highest level, when you smile to the person that you give, when you ask him like how is he, and you try to encourage him to continue, and do with a smile, maybe offer him a tea, this and that. So for this you have the highest level. And if you gave and said, can you come like next time in 6 months or something? Okay, so of course you're going to get the reward for technical part of the tzedakah, but that's it, right? But when you do something the same mitzvah on a higher level, you gain you getting something like in your neshama. You building up your soul, right? You're cleansing. So that's how you build up your character through the mitzvahs, not through the learning. Learning is very good, but learn in order to perform. You understand? So that's what we do, the mitzvahs, and you get reward, right? Reward, and the more a person cleanses themselves, the more. That's why many times I am telling you, like you ask the question, and it looks like I have exactly the same agenda to distance from people that bother us, that are useless in our life. But that's the only way. So we have to like distance from them, and become like concentrated on our main purpose in life. Otherwise, like these people, Satan are going to send these people to bother us and say, please tell me about Judas. I heard like this guy. We published in one channel today. So about kissing a dog, right? We spoke about it in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. So it says that the water from Nitlas Yadayim, what disqualified the water from Nitlas Yadayim, from Kitzur, right? And we said that if the function was performed, for example, Kitzur gave for example that you wash your vegetables, right? You wash your cucumbers. Is it like water dirty? It's not. Or you wash your apple. So you have to remember, in olden days there were no like faucets, right? You bring from the well, and like you wash your apple. Do you see any dirt? You don't see any dirt, like nothing. So can you wash your hands? I mean, it's clean water. But Shulchan Aruch says that since the function was done with action with the water, it's not supposed to be used for nitalas time. And plus some repulsive water. What is repulsive water? When the dog or pig drank from it, right? So and people went crazy. We actually had on one of the channel a lot of views, like 8,000 views or so. I had many commentaries, and and we said that. Right, and I said that people ask me if they supposed to kiss dogs. I said, don't kiss dogs, full of impurity. And somebody send us like this message and said, how do you measure impurity of the dog? You understand? So I send them torrent signs. How, right? Torrent signs. So like basically we're trying to give everybody like opportunity. They want to learn. But are people going to learn or not? I mean, that's a different story. Okay, what else? Sorry about that. You're welcome.
So, would it be a right approach to think of having a stable life thanks to Torah as a reward already? I mean, of course, the reward is going to come eventually when we leave this world. But it's okay. Is it okay? For example, I mean, what I'm about to say is very strong. But had it not been for the Torah, in my personal case, I think I would have killed myself many years ago. I would deal with a lot of depression and this thing. So to me, the fact that I'm stable these days, emotionally speaking, because of the Torah, is worth it. So would it be like a right approach to live with this approach and thinking that the fact that we can achieve this thing that is apparently simple but not so simple is enough of a reward, and live with this?
So when we start the question, we said what Rambam said, one of the principles. So the principle of reward and punishment, meaning what if person performs what Hashem said, she's going to be rewarded, or if he goes opposite, he's going to be punished. So the rewards and punishment not in this world. This world was not created for rewards. The Gan Eden is created for rewards, and punishment also not for this world. Right, but forget about punishment. I mean, don't forget, but we want to concentrate on the reward. So here, person does not have a reward, but if he's good in something, he's very diligent, and he asks Hashem, I want to give tzedakah, for example. So Hashem said, oh, you know what, you hardly make a living, but you want to give tzedakah so much, so you know what, I cut your losses. You know what, I cut your losses to almost zero. Why? So you can give more tzedakah. So a miracle, some kind of miracle. Or if a person wants to learn Torah, as we said yesterday. So Hashem is a gift. Is it reward? It's reward, but it's a reward because per person wants to do more in this life. So as I always say, the reward for the mitzvah in this world is another mitzvah. So mitzvah brings mitzvah. So when a person does a mitzvah, Hashem creates him opportunity as a reward, right? As a reward to go to wire to his Olam Haba account. You understand? And another opportunity to do another mitzvah. You understand? So a person wants to do something, so Hashem would help him, and person is going to achieve something, go on the highest level. But is it reward? It's not reward. It's just opportunity because of his background, because what he did before, to go higher. That's it. So I mean, of course, people who see it as a reward in this world, they, as Rabbi Dessler Zatzal says many times, that some people, they enjoy so much in this world, right, to be connected to Torah. I mean, they maybe they really, I mean, in some sense, they live in a Gan Eden, even here, without being rich, without having anything, right? So even with poor health and many issues, financial issues, but they're so happy. And content. So that's in some sense, is it reward? Right? In some sense, it is reward because they want it to be a reward, right? But many people one of the prohibitions of 613 mitzvahs, not to be jealous. And our sages said, look, it's very tough mitzvah. How can you not to be jealous? You see the neighbor, he has a car, he has a beautiful wife, you're not married, like he has so many kids. Like every year they have another kid, they have this and they have that. And they have so many cars, they ask you, okay, can we park on your parking lot? So you have an old car, like maybe you can move to the garbage and we can pay you because we have 7 cars, you hardly can afford this rusty garbage. You understand? And so it's hard not to be jealous, right? So it says it's not hard not to be jealous. So, but Hashem said it's one of 630 mitzvahs. You just have to work on it. So, and a person who wants to be happy, he said, Hashem gave me everything. So if I don't have it, it means if I would get it, it would detract me from what is it? From being a servant of Hashem. I give you an example. Somebody asked me today. I mean, they didn't ask my advice. They did not. Let's put it this way. But person said, I want to leave the country. That doesn't. It's not the state. It's a different country where they live, family, and they say we have 2 choices. I'm not sure why. Don't ask me why. But they have a choice to go to Israel, do Aliyah to Israel, or to go to Australia. I'm not sure why. Maybe they have relatives. I don't know why. So they did not ask me, but I told them unsolicited advice. So I say you have to think very good, like in what place you're going to be close to Hashem. all of this financial situation is irrelevant. Language, you're young. I mean, the young family, they're going to learn. The kids like 2 years old, and the younger is like, I don't know, like 6 months. I don't know, like young kids. They're going to learn that language. So it's not about the. I mean, of course, it's about the kids. So I have to think about education. So whatever. If I'm going to be close to HaShem in Australia, so I'll go there. If in Eretz Israel, go to Eretz Israel. You understand? And that's how we have to see our life. So all of these people, let them be jealous. We have our goal, right? And reward again, only another mitzvah, another opportunity to connect to HaShem. The only way to connect to HaShem, not like all these clowns dance on the street and very loud and they smoke pot and they do it, but they do it, okay. The real, as HaShem said it in the Mislas Shirim explains very deeply, like through all of the mitzvah, Gemara, everywhere, like except this dancers, right? So they say the only way to connect to HaShem through these mitzvahs, it's his language. It's like his channel. That's how like he wants us to do this. And the person said, no, you know what? I'm going to dance. How about if I dance good? Is it better? No, it's not better. Hashem said the better is for you to observe Torah. That's the only way to connect to me. You think you're going to smoke pot and dance Rabbi Nachman songs? Okay, that's your personal opinion. Okay.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
I actually have a question about jealousy, but I'm going to read this question on the board first. Does Torah ever mention Hashem making or setting up someone to do an averah as a punishment or tikkun because he knows the person hates sin?
It's not. No, the question is not clear. So I mean, the famous question, the famous story would be like when Hashem removed the free choices, the Pharaoh, because he sinned so much, like he was not pushed to sin, so he did so many bad things to children of Israel. So at after the fifth plague, he was his freedom of choice was taken away from him. You understand? But second part of the question, does Hashem provides somebody with the opportunity to sin? A lot of times, not him, but Satan. I mean, it's he's working for Hashem, right? And as we said in one of our clips, it's also from Michtam Eliyahu, Rabbi Dassler. So he said that even like bad, Hashem needs like negativity or the bad forces in this world to be strong. First of all, we must have balance always, right? Always must have balance. And second of all, to show like the contrast, how great the tzaddik is, how great the person who does not watch TV, does not follow the news, does not do all the garbage with what other people do, right? So in some sense, they do very good. You understand? So this negativity actually to help to accentuate positivity. And what I said in that video, so look, all of the soldiers, not all of them, some soldiers, not religious. So first time in Israel, first time they start wearing tefillin, and we have a big campaign here, not one. They send many tefillin in Israel. So now for the first time, they're willing to put tefillin. You understand? Before that they would spit, not all of them, but many. Right? They spit the religion. Now they see that all of the bulletproof vest is not working so much. You understand? The best helmets, the best equipment, the best technology. Maybe it's going to protect, but maybe not. Maybe there is some other power that protects person. You understand? And he wants now connect to this power. So this bad brought a lot of good in the world. You understand? Some people became religious, right? At least do some mitzvahs and tzitzis. People donate how many tens and tens of thousands of tzitzis. So people wear it, soldiers, and tzitzis out. Very interesting, right? Why? Because they want this protection, so they understand that this bulletproof vest is good, but the tzitzis maybe even better. To show HaShem, look, HaShem, you see that? I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm here. I'm here, HaShem. I'm here. So yeah, that's what connection, good and bad in this world. Okay. What else? Actually, I think it's a third part. Could you please read again your question? That question. I think it was one part that you didn't answer.
I want to read the whole thing again.
Okay, please.
Kind of short. Does Torah ever mention Hashem making or setting up someone to do an averah as a punishment or tikkun because he knows the person hates sin?
Okay, so maybe in another twist. So Hashem would put again. He would allow Satan to do some things to test the righteous people to give him more reward. That's it. So all of us have these challenges, and of course, so people say no because somebody was on a higher spiritual level that they do not have tests. The opposite is true. Exactly opposite is true. Because say they know like all of the baby stuff for a drug user, so he's not going to use one phone call, right? The guy was clean for 3 months. Somebody from old bodies call him, and he started like this night he's going to start smoking and go to all the things that he used to do before. Right? You understand? A righteous person, it's not going to do that. So the test is much more stronger. Right, but it's good to give reward. So, like for example, if you work in a company, so if you want some advance, so you have to pass some test. You have to do like what other people are not willing to do. You want to have a supervisor's position. So, like just because you have education, it's not enough. So you have to be active. You have to stay over. You have to show that you care, that you can manage people. Like do over, like have a harder test than others. Others pay work from 9 to 5, and then 5:01 just in case they're clocked out, they out. But you stay till 6 to you do the extra. Like of course they're going to give you the supervisor's position. You understand? Because you passed the test, and your test was harder than other people. Right? Reward is bigger. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Robert.
You're welcome.
Okay, so this next question is kind of long. So Allah wants me to stop, so some point. This is if one reflects on their life and comes to the conclusion that with everything that Hashem has done for them, it's mamash a miracle that they're alive with any have any merit at all. I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
It's mamash a miracle that they're alive. Okay. So without any merit at all or something. I don't know if this is for.
I mean, maybe even though they did not have merit, but Hashem did all of these good things. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
Yes.
So, is this a modern hashkafa because it doesn't exactly encourage one to hope or expect more from life, even though personally he is naturally inclined to think in such a fashion. In other words, how can one hope for greater heights in life without getting caught up in the numbers / game over thinking his person's hood and what it means about where he is? Since Hashem is infinitely gracious and merciful, how does that correspond with our personal merit, so that we don't become, Hasbe Shalom, going to either extremes and becoming filled with an energy of stagnation or an energy gaavah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Energy of gaavah, I guess. Yeah, energy of gaavah.
Okay, so I would say, yeah, let's simplify the question a little. So a person realizes that, and it's actually, we have to understand, it's a huge achievement that majority of the people in the world, they do not realize how many miracles Hashem does for them. And for example, I give you one example that happened to me. Like I was almost fainted. My bookmark. I have this bookmarks, like the one that attached to the book, right? Attached to the book is in one place, and I was reading somehow in two places, and I remember approximately what page I need, approximately 793, but it was approximately, and I had to open, and guess what happened? This bookmark, it's a little longer, and it's banded, and it was exactly on the page. I did not plan. It was a different occasion. I don't know how it happened, but I opened. So for me, it was like I almost fainted when I realized what happened. You understand? So it's hand of HaShem. So how many people would remember this miracle? Not too many. Would they realize that? Oh, that's cool, and that's it. So when person realizes that all of the kindness that Hashem did for him or for her, that's amazing. But it's a good start, and Hashem's give us head start, right? But we're not allowed to be in the same state, right? So if you're 6 years old, and mother said, and you said, "Ma, I want to eat," and she prepared for you, that's normal. 10, 12 years old, okay. 17, okay, you can do something for yourself. But when you're 35, you're 35 years old, and your mother is busy, or she's sick, or this and that, and you said, "Ma, I want to eat," that's too much. You understand? So first, when you're a little child, that's normal, right? But when you're no longer a little child, we expect more from you. You understand? So same is here. So Hashem did the miracle, so He sustained you. But now you have to advance. You have to advance and go higher. You build up. You have emunah. Hashem is with you. He is going to support you. Right? Do a leap of faith. Right? Go higher. Understand? That's the way. So, and this is it gaavah. I mean, the only gaavah we should have, that Hashem is watching over me and He's with me, right? And He's not going to let me down, and that's it. And you understand? You continue going higher and further. So why should a person be proud? I'm not sure why. Right? It's this corona thing, show everybody like a small thing. You cannot, with small bacteria, you cannot even see, can knock down the stronger person. Like she was like healthy many years. One bacteria, it's like now you're dying for several days, and no medicine can help. You understand? So what gaavah? So remember this, and remember there is no time for gaavah. No time for pride, no time for like all of the things that the world is busy with. Try to learn Torah, try to be close to Hashem. That's the only happiness, right? As Mislat Shirim says in introductory. So it said the only happiness that exists in the world, the true happiness. Other happiness, they for a few seconds and it's gone. The true happiness that exists, right? It's happiness is being close to Hashem. And the more person learns Torah, the more he or she does mitzvah, the more they become close to Hashem. Right? The more they remove all of the separation that all the people, all of the relatives, friends, co-workers, all of this news show, I don't know, whatever, all of these things. So music, right? All of the I don't know, whatever hobbies. Like if it takes too much time, the more they remove away, like and have a pure connection, the happier the people are, right? And it's guaranteed. Hashem said it's the only happiness that is going to fulfill, right? Other happiness, they laugh at each other, I don't know, whatever. Watch some comedy show or something. It's good for losing Olam Haba, but happiness is not going to stay. But this happiness is a fulfillment only through connection with Hashem, right? What could be better, right? But Hashem does not like arrogant people, right? Hashem said, he and I cannot be in the same world. And our rabbi said, like, Hashem is his humility. He can be everywhere in the restroom, in the various places he can be. So how is it possible that he and because of this arrogant person, and I would say it's not because of Hashem. Hashem has no problem. This person has a problem. This arrogant person thinks that he's a God. He's running the world. He does not need God, basically, right? And he has no room in his life for Hashem. So that's the issue, right? So we have to be exactly opposite. We have to let Hashem in all of the aspects in our life. And Hashem, you run the world. I want to do what is good for me. And how do I know what's good for me? Whatever says in the Torah. Torah says it's good, because Hashem is ultimate identifier what is good. The good identification, like what is the definition of good? The one that produces good. So some people would say, yeah, I'm good. Why are you good? Personally, I would not, I don't rape anybody, I wouldn't kill anybody, I wouldn't steal. So, and I always say to these people, yeah, you know why you don't kill anybody? Because you're afraid to go to the jail, right? And they rape you every day in this jail. That's why you're not because you're a brave person, right? Right, or something. And you're not same as rape, same with still with somebody. The guy would take a baseball bat and he's going to let your brain out. That's it. If you steal from this guy, so it's not just because somebody does not steal, does not rape, does not kill, does not make a person good person. He's just afraid. That's it. Or I'm a good citizen. I drive only speed limit. It's not because if you're going to go like 10 miles above the speed limit, they're going to give you like penalty for 3 years, and you're going to like pay a double insurance. So it's about money. It's not about you being such a conscious citizen. You want to drive according to state limits. Stop it. Yeah, understand? So what is good? Only Hashem is his definition of the good, right? And some mitzvahs, 613 mitzvahs, execute somebody who deserves execution, right? And if you a judge, capable ordained judge, that capable of adjudicating these cases, and you're not good. You understand? So a person said, no, I'm merciful, I don't want to kill anybody, I'm going to be wrong. No, Hashem said, no, it's not good. A good, what I define good. If the person deserves death penalty, it's good to kill that person, right? If it's good, in my eyes, it's good that who is going to be on a judge? God-fearing people. You God-fearing person and you don't want to judge, you're not good. You understand? So we go by Hashem's definition of good. And as we said, the person can have very good life in this world. Okay. What else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question to the left. If the legal drinking age is 21 and serving underage, even in a family setting in your state, is illegal, therefore, if someone is under 21 and they are at Shabbos meal, except for kiddush, and offered wine or alcohol, but it would be illegal to drink it.
Okay. So what is the question? Is it illegal to drink it? I mean, usually nobody gives children so much money that they're going to get drunk. Just a little. I mean, a little. We started drinking on the boys on 7th day, right? When they do circumcision, they give them on the 8th day. So they give them a little to drink. You understand? So it's like they fall asleep right away. That's when Jews taste the wine for the first time in their life. So I mean, of course, they're drinking. So when the law says do not drink because of these teenagers, what they do? They drink a lot and they do bad things. They cannot control themselves. Our children now, usually not the case. So he drank a little, whatever they gave him. That he ate a lot of food. I mean, it's not a problem. I never heard that something bad happened because the children drank on the Shabbos meal. Never ever. I mean, maybe something happened, but statistically, it's nothing. right? Because they're still in a family environment, and mother and father, they know exactly where they are, so it's not like they're going to like go and start driving on Shabbos like for father's car just because they have a little wine. So nobody would do that.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question. When we are brought up with only negative incentives and the positive feedback, so to speak, is no punishment or no feedback, unfortunately, we acquire the mental habit of using negative incentives to train ourselves even if we are no longer kids. Now, even with some spiritual advancement and growth, we are afraid of giving ourselves credit much of positive feedback. We are afraid of giving ourselves credit much of positive feedback. People guide us how to get ourselves out of this mentality.
And it's a very difficult question. Could you please do it again? We try to understand. Sorry.
So when we are brought up with only negative incentives, and the positive feedback is no punishment or no feedback at all.
I'm not sure. I want to say before we continue. I understand what. Even the first time, I did not understand what this idea means. So, person brought up in negative environments, and there is no positive feedback, no incentive to do something good. I'm not sure. Could you please read this part again, because I'm not 100% clear. What is the question?
Yeah, friend says negative incentives. I don't know. It's like threatening the kid or something.
Threatening the kid.
A friend says basically no reward, regardless of result, and punishment for anything that does not meet the criteria.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, with this line. Okay. Yes, thank you. So so we got it. So basically, it's like a prison, like right. So you pay taxes, right? You pay tax. So if you don't expect reward because you pay taxes, right? They take tax. If you don't pay, they're going to reward you. But if you pay this, they silence back, right? Okay, got it. Okay, so let's continue. So a person was brought up in this environment, right? It's a negative, and it's actually, unfortunately it's this like parents, and I'm not sure why would they do so, but they torture their kids like that. The parent is supposed to love the kids, like it's natural for a father and mother love the kid. Doesn't matter what the kids do, like, but to torture them this way, it's like. It's very like an unfortunate situation, but okay, let's continue, please.
Okay. So only with negative incentives and the positive feedback is no punishment or no feedback. Unfortunately, we acquire the mental habit of using negative incentives to train ourselves, even we are no longer kids. So
meaning that the person is only afraid of the punishment, and there is like no incentive that something good is going to happen. Right? So I'm going to work because if I don't go, they're going to throw at me from my apartment. Okay, go ahead. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Now, even with some spiritual advancement and growth, we are afraid of giving ourselves credit or positive feedback. Could gaavah guide us how to get ourselves out of this mentality?
Okay, so I mean, it's of course the thing that with what we brought up. It's this habit is very, very difficult to get rid of, right? And I see on some people. They grown up now, but I know their parents, and these grown up people who have their own children. So after some time, they start speaking as their parents do. It's like, and sometimes it's grown-up people, I don't know, in their 20s, like exactly this language that I know his father would say like that. Her mother is going to, like, I said, whoa. And they, even though they were rebellious when they were children, as I remember, so now they turn and actually it's us stay in their head. So what I'm trying to say is it's not so simple to get rid of this upbringing, and upbringing is summarized. So the person was like in a prison. So you look at the guard around way, he's going to beat you up. Understand? So your job is to sit there, when you have time to walk, in a circle for 15 minutes, you walk. You walk with a certain speed, right? No faster, no slower. That's what it is. And person got used to this life, right? And there's nothing like positive, right? Only to avoid beating up, right? Only avoid to be insulted or abused by his or her parents. So of course it's not right upbringing, but persons at one point when in their spiritual growth, in this spiritual adventure, they have to stop, draw the line and say all this was bad, and guess what, I live in the past, so now I'm a different person, and this is no longer is going to work, right? This, and when I'm going to have my children very soon, BeEzrat HaShem, so I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be a loving person. But before that, you have to change yourself, right? Because as we said, I was shocked. Last time I encountered a few weeks ago, when person was talking exactly at their parents. I know the parents for many years. Exactly. It was scary for me, right? So we had to grow up and said, HaShem is our father, right? And I'm going to learn from him, right? A person needs encouragement, especially, encouragement to go on. Some get attached to somebody who would give you encouragement that be useful in this world, do good, and you see HaShem, HaShem sends you some, for me, this page, this bookmark was wrapped up in on the right page. So for me it was unbelievable. That's a sign from HaShem, directly, not splitting of the seed. The bookmarks was in the right page. In the same day, we were learning Haftorah, and I opened Haftorah. How's it possible? I opened Haftorah on that page. How's it possible? They at the end of the book, it's impossible. For me, it's impossible. I did not know. And then I said, okay, so what Pasha? And it was exactly that Pasha. Shkolim. You understand? So that's what happened to me. So I see it as a sign from HaShem that you're on the right direction. Of course, you have to work more on yourself, but that's a incentive to go more and be happy. And whatever was taught to us before, you have to cut off. And there's a bad dream, and use it maybe as a reminder what not to do. Understand? From some things we will learn what to do, and from some things what we will learn not to do. And it's for us the things to stay away from. For example, I'm not sure how is it possible, but some people, and I know from my some people that I know, they married people, ladies, they married men that turned to be alcoholics, and these ladies, several of them, they had the fathers that were alcoholics, they were abused in the mud. So how is it possible? So I always I asked them very accurate, why would you have you was brought up in this family, so how you did not read the signs, but somehow psychologically maybe they were attracted to that. I'm not sure why. So there are some people like that. So, and we should not be like these ladies. If you see the signs, a person is like that, we have to run away, totally opposite. right? If they say, you know, I'm not going to give you a black eye today because you make a dinner for me. Okay, you know what? We should stop right here. Yeah, you understand? And the person has to encourage themselves to go further. So when you on on a ladder to going up, so there is no room to look back. No time to look back, right? Because more like whatever is behind you, it's Hashem give you this experience, this base, like to make it tougher. So that's also good. So maybe this bringing up would make you tougher to withstand other tests. So it was like a preparation. Is it good because the parents treat you like that? Absolutely not. But for you, next advance, the tougher you are, the easier to you to go up, right? I give you this example. If you see who were the Gadol Hadors over previous generations, right? How all of this Rav Kotler Zatzal, Rav Moshe Feinstein Zatzal, others like Yaakov Kamenetsky Zatzal, like I'm talking about U.S., right? They all came from Russia, like with these communists, with Bolsheviks. They want to kill them, like pressure, constant pressure, and this pressure like build them as a personality, and they were create the Judaism in America. You understand? Because they were trained. But if you say that, if you heard, nobody ever heard about great rabbi that was born in America. Well, it was good rabbis, but like a Gadol Hador, like Moshe Feinstein, Rabbi Kotler, absolutely not. You understand? Or Rav Avadia also, he came from tough upbringing, right? From Iraq, right? So Baba Saleh, all these big people, right? Chazanish, and others. You understand? So maybe this previous life was Rabbi Elyashiv, of course, right? So this tough upbringing, tough life was actually building stones that for them to be tough to go on top. So to say that it's absolutely negative, yes. Was it good for me? Absolutely. So we have to build up on that experience. Understand? So of course we try, and I talk to people, ask them not to be angry with their parents and people that have like grandchildren, like they say, no, this mother, actually stop with the you have to get rid from your soul of this anger about your mother, like you have grandchildren, stop it. Understand? So it's hard for some children, but it's actually for some people to do that. But if you remember, that's what Hashem wants us to do, right? It's not He wants like it would be nice if you do that. No, it's actually one of 613 commandments not to have grudge about anybody. Right? Not to have a new heart, like in your heart, not like I'm calling her to my mother that abused me, or father say happy birthday or something. No, nothing, absolutely nothing. They did whatever they did. In my upbringing, they provided me food, provide me with everything that I needed. Right? Maybe a little more love would be beneficial, but that's it. I have to be grateful, and that's it. Just continue life. Okay. What else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So, next question. On the subject of receiving Shabbat, is consuming challah bread an absolute requirement to properly receive Shabbos?
I mean, okay, so that's receive. I'm not sure if receive is a good word. So for so the question is, so let me start answering. If a person wants to add to this question, please. So on Shabbos there is a law, and Yom Tov is the same, that we have to eat 3 meals on Yom Tov too. And these 3 meals is a part of enjoyment of Shabbos. There is a positive mitzvahs, and there is negative, what to do and not to do. Okay, Shamor v'Zachor. Okay, Shamor is enjoy, right? And Hashem in His great wisdom knows that he created as physical being, and he knows how a person enjoys with the food. Okay, and we have to sanctify Shabbos with a kiddush. Of course, we say the words. We have over the cup of wine, and we must eat, not only drink, but we must eat in a place where we're going to. And we must drink this wine, make the kiddush in a place where we're going to eat. And what is the minimum amount of eating? Right, minimum amount is kizayis. So kizayis is approximately 28 grams. Right, 1 ounce, a little less than 1 ounce. Some say 1 ounce. I go by 28 grams. Okay, so if you want to go according to all opinions, Shulchan Aruch, and I just gave you the most lenient opinion. But if you want to go according to all of the opinions, it's 56 grams to kizayis. So like basically like this big piece of bread, like this big, like it's not even half slice. I'm not talking about like puffy bread, like a normal bread, normal bread that you don't have to put in a toaster, right? Normal bread. So that's all you must eat, right, for satiation. You understand? And if you ate just like this, or you can, as I said, you can count on a lenient opinion, Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, it's 28 grams. It's tiny piece. So technically, you fulfill your mitzvah of eating on Shabbos. Right? You can, you don't like bread, for example. Some have a problem with gluten and stuff like that. So eat the minimum requirement, and eat all other foods, whatever you want. Right? So is it required? Yes, it is required, unless person cannot eat for the medical reasons. So if you cannot eat for the medical reasons, there is some other options. But if person does not have like any problem, just does not want to eat a lot of bread, so I give you the minimums. That's it. So are you obligated to eat? Yes, you're obligated to eat on Shabbos, unless person is sick. Okay. What else? Is it so? Please, whoever asked this question, please let me know if that's what you meant, or you actually meant something else. Okay.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question. Jump for the left. Yeah, Princess Tada Rabbi. Yes, thank you very much. This is what I'm.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
So, let's switch on to the left. It has been said that when Mashiach arrives, there will be an end to disease and sickness and death. Is working towards this future necessary if HaShem has made doing so within our capacity, or is this an inevitable end result regardless of our efforts that will occur by divine decree? Or is the divine decree that HaShem will use his people as the mechanism of the divine decree?
So it's a very, very, very good question, very interesting question. So I would say the answer, short question is both. I mean, it's inevitable because HaShem said that I'm going to bring Mashiach in two different scenarios, when people deserving, okay, and or by the year of 6,000. And as I understand, we're not so far from the year of 6,000. So Mashiach can come every day, right? How can you bring up the Mashiach? So there is no real mitzvah to bring up Mashiach, and some crazy Mashiachists they think that it's the biggest mitzvah in the generations. It's not. So what we do, you just do the best. You being the best servant of Hashem that you can at this moment. That's it. So when Hashem is going to bring Mashiach in the time when he decided that it's the best time, the most proper time. Is it going to be tomorrow? It's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be 6 years from now. It's going to be 6 years from now. But we don't try to push it. Of course, you try to be work on your holiness, trying to do mitzvahs. And if Hashem would count our mitzvahs, of course, we have to see like ourselves like contributing to this bringing Mashiach earlier than the last possible minute. So, but it's not our goal is not to bring Mashiach. Mashiach is some event that is going to happen. We like it or not like it, but one of the 13 principles of Judaism that we have to await for Mashiach, even though he's delayed a little or a lot a little. It's not our calculation. HaShem knows when he's going to bring. That's it. You know. And so some, like, I remember in my office, it was, I don't know, trend or something, people would stop working 3 days before the vacation. So they would say, no, I'm going to this place, to that place. Look, buddy, it's going to be in, you're going on Thursday or Friday, non-Jews, right? So what about now? You can finish the project in 3 days. No, they say, no. That's it. I'm already in vacation. I go to this place, to that place. You understand? So we're not like that. We're not like these people. We continue working until the last day. We continue strive to do our best and to be on the good side when Mashiach comes. And you understand, to have all of the merits possible. So to survive the war of Gog and Magog, right? And so that's the answer. Is it inevitable? Is it something that we have to specifically do for that? Absolutely not. Right? Our HaShem said what he wants from us, the 600 commandment, that's what he wants. No specific commandment, as we said today, is better than that. And I expect in Mashiach is no better than to put tefillin, right, or to be tznius. It's not more important, right? I would say it's less important. So to be tznius for men and women more important because they can fulfill it right now, and it depends on 100% on me. Right, bringing Mashiach closer, it depends on the whole nation, on Hashem's calculations. That's not up to me. I mean, I'm trying, but to be tznius is something that's in my hand that I can do, and the action will be seen today, right now. And it's the most important mitzvah, as our Sage said, the mitzvah that you can do right now. The most important. Can I bring Mashiach right now? Right, but can I say blessing before drinking this cup of tea? Yeah, that's the most important mitzvah. Not to bring Mashiach, but to make a blessing, even though it's rabbinical, on this cup of tea. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
The next question, gaavah. Is it allowed to buy frozen fruit without a hechsher to blend it for a smoothie, like strawberries and raspberry?
So, raspberry. You see, since we know there is about like infestation, and the problem is that when you buy it, so it's possible that they have this box in there. These maggots in there, right? It's possible, very possible. Is it that? It is that, but it's so yeah. I'm going to explain the questions to all of us. So the question is, if you blend it, it's like it's become beetle. It's like became nullified. So if it's after the fact, if it's became nullified, okay. But if when you buy it fresh, like frozen, that's the problem. That's the problem. So we try not to do that. Okay. And even there is some leniency that we can rely after the fact, after it was processed, but we try not to rely. I mean, if it's possible, not to rely on that leniency. And I think I said I did an investigation about the mushrooms, frozen mushrooms, and I spoke with OU, like we exchanged many letters, and they told me, look, they like in the company website in a different country, they don't have a stamp, a kosher stamp, but they say, well, that we use the best equipment, the freshest mushroom, just from the forest, from the farm, doesn't matter, right? We like process right away, right? So that you get the freshest product that like froze. And from EU, they explained to me, right, the gases that they use, and it's from preservative that they use. Okay, mushrooms don't stay like this for a long time, right? Or even so, basically they explained to me. So even even if you unfreeze them, so they might go bad very fast, right? That's why they're absolutely obligated to add some preservatives, like even though it's like in the form of gases. some sprays, but for sure it is there. So that's why if there is no kosher stamp, there is some reasons, right? For other things, like I will give you example. This pure olive oil, right? They say there is no need for a stamp because it's a cold press. It's like straightforward process for thousands of years. That's it. So I mean, still we try to get this this oil with a kosher stamp, but technically it's not absolutely necessary. Same with sugar, white sugar. This what is it? From the sugar beets, right? Same. It's like sugar beets. They cook them, evaporate the water, like that's it. They don't put any preservatives, nothing. Same as the salt and same as other things. There's some other things. Okay, but when they have to preserve things, it's a different game. Okay, what else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question. Since one cannot be considered good because he didn't do bad out of fear of the consequences, like Olav explained, why then does Hashem love those with Yiras Shamayim?
Okay. So they are afraid of Hashem, not of the people. So all of these people who are considered to be good, they're afraid of the consequence of other people. They're afraid of people. They're not afraid of Hashem, right? So basically, if in my example that somebody's driving, so like speed limit, but if somebody's telling me, you know what, on this road, it's new road, they did not install the cameras yet, like the speed cameras, because the budget was not approved, and police here, I know that under budget, so only like from 9 to 11, from 6 to 9 they stand, but after 9 a.m. there is no police, never ever. So are you going to drive like 50 miles? No, you're going to drive 85. Why? Because you're not going to get caught. So the only reason you were driving like normal limit, like according to the posted limit, because you were afraid of other people, not about Hashem, right? And person who is afraid of Hashem, that's a different story. So meaning people would not find out, right? Like nobody was going to see, like, did they check my strawberry or not? Let's say I bought the fresh strawberry. Okay, it's behind the closed door, but like a God-fearing person is not going to do something without checking the strawberries, for example, right? And many other things. And plus, it says when a person is able to sin and does not, he's going to get rewarded, right? At least Jew, non-Jew are not going to be rewarded, but the Jew is going to get rewarded from abstaining from a sin. So a person was in a situation, it was possible for him to sin, right? And he did not, even though nobody would find out or somebody would find out, it's irrelevant. So it's going to consider as a reward. So God-fearing person, he gets incentive for, like he gets dividends from both places, which is good. I mean, yeah, it must be like that. Okay.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So, this question about envy. So, it's known that we're allowed to envy a person's Torah or a person's spiritual level, if you will. But is it okay if we envy what this person gains out of? I mean, what the physical things that this person gains out of his righteousness? Like a righteous person is gonna get like a righteous wife that he can sit and learn Torah with, and righteous kids, and so are we allowed to envy these things? This is not.
That's a very good question. So people sometimes they see some successful people, successful rabbis, and they see the respect that they get, but do they envy the Torah? No, they envy the end result. They're jealous about, like, they want the end result, like whom he became right now, not all of this sleepless night or all of this toiling and Torah over and over. You understand, day and night. So that's not healthy. So, but we must understand that it. But all of these things are going to come as a result. Of course, we're not counting on result. Some people, they're so busy with like a destination, they forget about the journey. So they so concentrated on the destination, they forget about the every day is counting. Right? It's very important. It's our life. Like every moment, it's going to pass and never come back. So we have to concentrate on journey. Right, and when you consider a journey and you go to a right path, so most likely that you're going to meet a righteous wife, right? If you don't associate with yourself with the prutzes, with the immodest women, so only with the righteous people. So HaShem is going to send you, and that's whom like it's based on your on you working on yourself. You understand? So that's like a natural consequence. Of course, you pray to HaShem and ask Him to send us a righteous wife, and we send for righteous kids, and we ask for understanding of the Torah, right? Because many people, they just read and they know exactly zero about the zero, about nothing, or they know a little about many subjects. That's it. Enough to continue conversation for 3 minutes, and then they switch the topic, not because they have HDD or whatever. No. Because the knowledge about the topic, basically, that's it. Right? It's exhausted. Okay. So just be envy, but about Torah. So Torah is free. Right, that's as our sages explained why Torah was given in a desert, because desert is nobody's land, right? So anybody can go to the desert, and you want to live in the desert, yeah, go ahead, live in the desert. There is no problem. I don't think somebody's going to tax you, like make you to pay taxes. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. Right? It's free, so Torah is free. You can buy books. You can borrow books, for example, in the shul that I go, so many books. I mean, older books, so many Talmuds, like from many years ago, like so much. I mean, there were a lot more people now. It's not so many people, but books today, like even like back, I don't know, 100 years, 200 years ago, you just go to synagogue. There are community books, and you read them. Who is going to stop you? Nobody's going to stop you. So, but if you want this Torah, so you can learn it. If you want to be righteous, it's up to you, right? So you just work on yourself. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody telling you not to do. Like it's only you. Okay, so that's why you can achieve these things, right? And as a consequence, so like HaShem is not going to send this guy some immodest woman. It does not make sense. He's not going to get attracted to this woman. So it's normal, right? So he's going to get attracted somebody on the spiritual level, somebody who is righteous. Okay. What else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
It has been said that one should seek the golden median and not be extreme.
Mm-hmm.
If we are accustomed to depriving ourselves for health reasons and due to strict upbringing, and we find this trait tremendously beneficial in avoiding temptation to sin,
Mm-hmm.
are we still required to find ways to indulge to avoid being an extreme, to avoid being an extreme of deprivation?
Mm-hmm. So that's very, very good question. So as this person said, yeah, extremes are not good. There is only two exceptions, right? So it's anger and pride, right? It's two exceptions. When Rambam said you have to go to the opposite extreme, not to opposite, but not all the way, right? So that's a different for different speech, right? But okay, so if it's not against somebody's health, right? Person's not suffering from this like self abstination. There is no problem. But I would say even a person like that have to treat herself on Shabbos, on Yom Tov, like to have enjoyment. Yeah. So for example, they eat simple foods, whatever good for them. like we're not allowed to eat unhealthy food. We're not allowed to eat foods that like bad for our health, right? It's not. It's absolutely forbidden. But if it's a normal food, like nothing special, right? No problem. But on Shabbos and Yom Tov, so treat yourself with something better, and you're going to enjoy. Right, right. And it's actually people who eat all day long only like lavish meals, so they don't enjoy Shabbos. Like, well, what's the difference, right? But proper on weekdays, you eat something simple. Don't waste your too much of your time on cooking, right? But on Shabbos, Yom Tov, you eat something special. So for you're going to see the difference. If every morning you will see cereal, you would see cereal with the milk, right? And then at night you would eat a sandwich or whatever you eat, and then or like I don't know, omelet or something. But now on the Shabbos you have a fish and you have meat and this and that and wine. That's you feel as a what is it as a holiday, like you feel the enjoyment. So it's absolutely proper, yeah. So and actually it's from chapter abstinence. So a person who wants to be a Hasid. So Hasid is as we discussed before, it's a person who wants to go above. Right, the tzaddik is going to what it says Shulchan Aruch. Hasid is the one who goes the level above, and it says to abstain, to be holy. So Ramban explained, right? So they have to Rashi. It's Ramban said it's if I remember correctly, maybe it's I'm mistaken. Ramban said abstaining from to be like holy in intimate relations, and Rashi said abstaining from what is allowed, right? To limit yourself, right? So that's according to HaShem, it's being holy. You understand? So abstention is good, of course, but in a right time. On Shabbos, it's not appropriate to abstain. Right? So it's actually if a person can control himself, herself, it shows that a person on a very high level. You understand? Most of the people, just so we understand, most of the people sin not because of their evil nature, but because they cannot control their desires. So if a person had this upbringing, right, maybe he or she looks at it unfortunate, but it brought them to this self-control. That's very good. So a person organized like this can achieve great heights, like Rabbi Wozner Zatzal, one of the greatest rabbis. He all his life he was eating potatoes, like cooked potatoes with the skin, right? Cheapest food. I don't know. Back in Europe and then in Israel. So and he was the holiest of the holy. And one person he was very, very nervous, like a rich person. Like he said, Rabbi, let's eat something else. Like there is different foods, like nutritious, maybe fish, maybe meat, maybe this, maybe vegetable salad. And he said, but what's wrong with the potato? We said, no, potato, you don't have enough nutrients, not this enough, that enough. And Rabbi Wozner, that's also looked for 85 years. I've been eating every day these potatoes, and see, it's good for me. Right? I've been able to learn Torah. That's fine. So nutrients, HaShem is sending me health, right? Why should I change when I 85 years old? Why should I change anything now when it's worked out so well for me all these years? So you understand? And other people eat these vitamins and that vitamins, and I know and neighbors like we try to be nice to. They leave their packages to us. I deliver to the packages. I mean, it does not cost me anything. Right? I go this way because you can steal from them, but. We told them as a courtesy, so you can write our address, so it's secure where I live, and I can deliver to you. There's no problem. I get in like a few times a month. It's not like every day, so I can deliver to you when you're home. No problem. So it's a person like he get like these boxes of vitamins. I mean, it says why. It's not like I opened the package. It says vitamins like. It's unbelievable. I'm not sure. Like how much vitamins do you need? Like like maybe 1 month or two times a month. Like the person lives on the vitamins. Very nice person, very nice. He helped me a lot. I would ask him, very sweet person. But some people do this and they try to whatever they try. And Rabbi Wozner said, "What's problem with a potato? Like, why you so like anxious to switch me to the salad to fish? Like, who said it's going to will be good for me?" Right. So this discipline is actually good. So we have to like see, like analyze our previous experience, what the situation is, as we started today, what that HaShem sent, like put us, and use it for productively, because everything was like pretext, like the head start for different heights. Understand? So whatever you take from a past experience, whatever good, you have to take and what's the word, to build up on it. Understand? Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So now that Rabbi mentioned potatoes, our friend's asking, for the Rav, does vodka need a kosher certification?
I didn't get what?
Vodka. Does vodka need
Oh, vodka.
certification?
I apologize. Vodka, yeah. Okay, so vodka, if it's plain vodka, does not need a kosher certification. But if it's flavor vodka, they have like I don't know, like orange, like lemon. So it's not lemon, it's not orange. Just so you know, right? It's some other things, like it's a chemical, like chemically derived taste. So for this, yes, we need the kosher certificate. But plain vodka, no. And actually, there is some alcohol that actually does not need certification, but how do you know? I mean, first of all, they're released. And when we were in Israel, like we haven't gone to Israel by many years, so we saw like some alcohol, whatever they say sell here. I'm not sure. I think it's imported from Europe. They have kosher certification, but Israel would put like the whole label on the back. There is kosher, mehadrin, and stuff like that. And I did not know it was kosher. I'm talking exactly specific thing. What is it? Martini Rossi, right? Like I don't know, like blanco. Like blanco means like clear. It is kosher. I checked several websites. Absolutely, it's kosher, right? So by us, they don't put any stamps, right? Because they don't want to wake up anti-Semites. Of course, Jews just don't bring the drink punch. But somebody asked me to check, and I remember for sure I saw in Israel, and it was somebody asked me to buy. To bring them from Israel, from duty free or something. So it's very interesting. And I did not. I saw it in supermarket, and it has all of the stamps, right? But when I said, of course, maybe duty free is going to be cheaper, and plus, if you're smart, because of the weight, they're not going to weigh it duty free. It's when you pass over the security check, they weigh you bags, everything. So they bring that directly to the plane. So you save yourself, like especially like liquids that are very 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 heavy, right? And when in duty free, they did not have these labels for whatever reason. Okay, because I mean, most of the people are non-Jews, I guess. I don't know, whatever. But then I check on I don't know why I did not think of checking on the internet, but it was actually I checked, and it's this and a few other flavors. They're kosher, but other flavors, they have actually wine in the red wine, so for sure it's not kosher. Okay, but plain vodka for sure. Whiskey not so simple, because what's the problem with the whiskey? They have the sherry cask, not cherry. Some pronounce sherry. Sherry, it's a province in Spain, and they make like winery. It's some province, not huge, but they have this famous wine, and they ship it to Europe, and in a big casks, right? And when they arrive in Europe, so in order not like it's a waste of to send them like a free empty cask, so they use it for whiskey. I don't know when they like had this idea to do it, and it has a flavor of this sherry wine, and they're very proud. So for us, until just recently, and we learned about Moshe Feinstein, that's also it was it's yain nesach. It's not it's like the amount is very small, and it's stam yain. It's like a non-Jewish wine. It's not like the idol worshippers, so you can. It's less than this amount, that amount. So technically, some people used to do without this a stamp, and some of them even would even drink blended whiskey. So what is a blended whiskey? Blended whiskey when they actually add the wine. So that's they mix different whiskeys, and sometimes this cask, different cask, and add wine. So that's of course problematic. Okay, so now now I mean in the past maybe 5 years, meaning very recently they start like you use more and more certification. Whatever can be certified. Of course, not just not going to do like according to the Jews, but what can be certified is certified. Okay, so it's not that simple, but we have a list of kosher liquors, whatever is kosher. So and just because one flavor is kosher does not mean that all of them are kosher. So this Martini Rossi, I think Blanco, this white, is a kosher, and I saw another one also. I don't remember I'm not into these things, but since I was checking for somebody else, so I saw like 2 out of 5 flavors or 3 out of 5 flavors were kosher. Okay. Okay, what else?
Take care, bye.
You're welcome.
So next question. If there is an absence of Reshaim and plenty of cheap or free agricultural land in the desert prairies, and the government land allocation and taxes of there depends heavily on who the judge is it okay to entice righteous Jews to move to the riverside deserts to take over the judiciary and government? And what is the minimum infrastructure that must be established to form a Jewish colony in a country that doesn't have one?
It's a very unusual question. So could you please read it again? I know the answer to the last part, but BeEzrat HaShem. But let's do the beginning. I didn't get it. Please.
So if there is an absence of Reshaim and plenty of cheap or free agricultural land in the desert prairies, and the government land allocation and taxes of there depends heavily on who the judge is it okay to entice righteous Jews?
I didn't get about this part about the judge. What the judge has to do with anything. This part about the judge. Can you explain? Like, what does it mean?
I am not sure. Just in free literature, and the government and land allocation and taxes of there depends heavily on who the judge is. I don't know if someone that makes part of a political party that supports the Jews, or I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
Our friend is clarifying.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, land allocation and taxes of there depends heavily on who the judge is. Is it okay to entice righteous Jews to move to the riverside deserts to take over the judiciary and government?
I mean, why would the Jews want to do that? We see this agricultural lands, it's very good, but they detract from the Torah study. Understand? So it says in Perkios, don't teach your son some hard trade, right? Trade meaning how like a profession, right? Teach them something easy, right? So something easy that he can make a living. So to work with the land, it's a very hard job. It's a very time consuming. So our job in this world is to learn Torah, not to work the land. So other people, they're very talented, they're very strong, like physically, right? They can endure working 12 hours or something. So let them work the land. We're good where we are. Like Jews are so tiny nations. We don't need much. You understand? So we would not go to the desert. Not a good idea. But about the size of the town, it's actually a Rambam discusses. Like, what is the size of the town? It's about he counts. It's like 120 people, I think. It's a minimum for a community. So why? 23 judges to adjudicate like capital cases, right? Then you have to have a doctor, have a scribe, this and that, and so I don't remember all of the professions that we need, but I think he comes down to 220 people. So then men, of course. That's a healthy community. Otherwise, it's not. Right? When people only they live far away from each other, there is no minyan, and it says in the olden books, right? People were into agriculture in Europe, right? So they would gather only on the minyan, like on Rosh Hashanah, right? Sometimes on Shabbos they would come because all of this try to not to feed you animals one day, like it's too much. We don't need these headaches. We have other nations. They're very good in running the land and they enjoy it, and let them make all of the money and get all the tax incentives, everything. Right? We would stay with where we are and just learn Torah. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
On the issue of the judge, or for instance, the judge is an elected position.
Mm-hmm.
Jews moving to an unpopulated region will pick their judge and lawfully control that allocation.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. We don't need that. That's too much.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So that was the last question on the board, and I'll leave the rest of my questions for tomorrow.
Okay, no problem. So thank you very much for learning with us. Baruch Hashem, we did a little overtime. Baruch Hashem, very good questions. So please, if I miss something, so please don't be shy to clarify the questions or ask from a different perspective, because sometimes I have so much in my mind, so I try to make it shorter. So maybe I overlook a thing or two. So don't be shy. Ask this same question, or provide different details if you miss anything. Okay, so thank you very much. Good night, and until tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to learn kosher kitchen. Good night.